back. This is Robbie Rich for your high school sports. I'm on the line now with Lake Placid, Florida head coach Claude White Jr. Coach, you tell me everything is good down your way, and you kick off things tomorrow night. Let's talk football.
Let's do it. We've talked about everything else down here. We've talked COVID. We've talked wet bulb temperatures. We've talked scanning kids, and we finally get to do something that's fun now. We get to go play the game.
Well, who do you take on tomorrow night?
We have Morehaven, a little bit south of us. We got them tomorrow night, and Brent Burnside, he'll have those boys ready to go, I'm sure.
I know last year you guys met them, and you guys came up short. But talk about the Dragons this year.
Well, we've got to play a little bit. We've been together since June 15th. That's a lot longer than most. Kids are kind of chomping at the bit to sort of be around and hit somebody else for a change, and that's pretty cool to see. Our numbers have grown. We're super excited about that. We went from 31 kids to right now we're sitting at about 77. So we're super excited about the growth of our program and the direction of our program and where it's headed. And we're just excited to get it going tomorrow night.
Let's talk about Morehaven. What have they got, and what will be a challenge to you guys tomorrow night?
With Morehaven, from what I've seen, having gone through them last year and having a great understanding for their head coach, they're going to be a very physical football team. They have a great little running back who can, score from anywhere on the field. They got some very big interior guys. They're a very, very, very physical football team, and we're just going to have to bring our hard hats and be ready to go and ready to play mistake-free football.
What about the Dragons now? Let's talk about Dragons on offense.
Dragons on offense, we got several key guys coming back. Added some key guys this year. Got some basketball kids out this year, which is super exciting for us. Javari White will be back. We have Troy Hovis, who will be our quarterback this year due to injury. But we have several kids coming back that we feel like can make plays. Our interior is shaped up really, really good over the past couple weeks. And, we're just excited about what we got offensively and defensively. We seem like we kind of got it together right now, and we're super excited just to test it and see what it looks like with somebody.
Let's talk defense. Let's talk defense for a change.
Yeah, defense, we got some guys. So we got the interior. You got Tiger. I mean, we're just really, really big up front, physical guys, kind of mean and nasty, something I think we were missing last year. Coach Simons is the defensive coordinator who will be a new for us there at that position, but he's got them reared up, and, they get to the football and they fly around. What they got wanted, our identity was a fast and physical football team, and our defense really embodies that every single snap, and that's something that we've come to expect out of them over the past couple of weeks. They fly around, they get after it, and we got a couple kids I feel like can make some plays for us.
Well, you said you're tired of hitting each other. It's time to hit somebody else. What's the key to victory for you guys tomorrow night?
We always, when we play, we worry about dragons. That's what we talking about. Dragons can't beat dragons. That is one thing that we always, try to talk about. Keep the penalties low to a minimum. No turnovers. That's one thing we preach, and we need to create a few. That always helps us out. And, the main thing is just to fly around, have fun. I think if we take care of dragons and we play mistake-free football and we know our assignment and we know what we're supposed to do each and every other play, I think the wins and losses will take care of themselves.
Coach, let's talk a little bit. We've talked football, we've talked family, we've talked everything else. But now your season starts tomorrow. It's a little bit late. We're actually in week 5 here in Tennessee. How many games will you guys actually play?
We played 8. We will play 8, I should say. Now, that's granted, none of our teams is that we play against or us, anything happens with the COVID and, those types of situations, because the first thing is first, we want to make sure our players are safe at all times, and we want to make sure our coaches are safe, so we'll always take that in consideration. But we play 8 games that are on our schedule. Our JV team will have 5, and we have 5 home games, 3 away, and then it's the exact opposite. We got 3 home games and 2 away games for our JV team this year.
So it sounds like you going into your second year. I know it was a challenging. We talked early. You went through some things. You did some virtual coaching, and how did that work out for you?
It was good. When this thing happened, I don't think anybody kind of anticipated us being away as long as we were. So we had to come up with some creative things in order to get our kids together and get our hands back on our kids. So, the virtual piece has always been huge. I think what it did teach us was we don't have to be on top of each other to learn, from a coaching staff and our players. We can meet virtually and still get things done and be mature enough to handle that piece. And, that's one thing we really, really found out about ourselves is we can still work and still not be present at the same time.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you taking a moment of your day to talk to us here on Your High School Sports. And as you always say, go Dragons.
You better believe it. Go Dragons. I appreciate you, Roddy. Thanks for calling.
All right, Coach. You have a good night.